One, two, three. Life, life, life. Okay. Now I'm closing it,
Don't close it.
minimizing it. Okay, going back to the intro. So welcome everyone back. Episode 6 live. Dardan Bell, unfortunately, is absent tonight, doing some business in LA over the weekend for 1331 Records. Shout out to him and hope he have some fun there as well. The markets were quite calm today. No volatility, which we were expected to come after FOMC announcement, and as it was noticeably seen, there was a wear out in market emotion. So the markets are basically very quiet. BTC the only thing that I would like to highlight and emphasize uh, on the overall perspective is that BTC dominance showing signs of weakness. Uh, it's not a significant, but it is a drop. We haven't showed that graph before, but that's an important graph that shows and that gives an understanding of where we are in terms of market phase. I'm going to actually prepare for the next episode a graph that everyone is using right now to highlight the difference between the phases of the market development because it becomes very timely right now to present it. So everyone understands it and sees it clearly. But we're clearly not in alt season yet, but waiting for it. One good sign that there was no higher high. So um, in those terms, at least we could continue to talk about weakness in the Bitcoin trend, and that was not broken. The new high was not established. So in terms of Bitcoin price action, very slow. Pretty much nothing changed, nothing is happening. There was some divergence that caused that drop um, in the price of Ethereum. The trend line, as you could see here, was broken to the upside on Ethereum. So I'm continuing to closely monitor it. It's still not an entry signal for me. I want to see that retest because at first the move was very aggressive, but a lot of that was basically lost throughout the day. So I don't like how that candle closed. So I'm definitely not opening any new positions yet, just closely monitoring what's going to happen over the weekend. Um, Hopefully, there will be no serious volatility, and hopefully, we'll be coming into the next week with a bullish mode with which this week was closed. Last stream, I promised to give you some more detailed and more systemized analysis on our watch list and on the positions that we were discussing last time. So here's some analysis which we prepared. Um, so we're looking at Sol, XRP, and a couple altcoins like Link, TRX, Algo, Uni, ICP, and BNB. They are rated here right now in terms of the rating, which we showed you before. We prepare using the tokenomics. We're actually going to do at some later stage a more detailed presentation on how this rating is built and how the econometrics actually work. For now, just want to show you that pretty deep. It goes into like 50 different components, have the 15 different elements which have been rated. For most of them, again, we use tokenomics evaluations because we've been using them for quite a while. It's quite established platform and reliable platform. We know like how they do their calculations, and we believe that they're applicable and that they save a lot of time since they come in a pretty user-friendly format, which is easy to use and easy to interpret. Um, especially for less known tokens. It becomes even more important to rely on someone professional opinion because you can do all your own research. So what we could see here is that Sol and XRP expectedly have the highest rating at 73 to 69. Generally speaking, we have three scales basically. So above 70 is investment grade confirmed. Between 60 to 70, it's a strong signal considering to enter, and below it's like light signal, so it's like a watch list. So from what we could see here, it's they're all pretty strong. They're all in this investment grade zone. Obviously, Sol and XRP are kind of prevailing, but we also have Link and TRX looking pretty strong on the side of smaller caps. Here we could actually see the market cap um, uh, for the um, for the ticker, for the symbol, and we see that obviously Sol and XRP have much higher cap rate at about 122 to 180 billion dollars, and here we have BNB prevailing in the second group, but Link and TRX also have pretty large caps at 16 and 22 billion dollars. And also another important indicator, which is not included in the total rating, is fully diluted evaluation. And obviously, we prefer to uh, use, especially for the, like, not so much for trading portfolio, but for the investment portfolio, we prefer to have a fully diluted evaluation at 100%. So it's like kind of so it's not, it's basically like not inflationary. So the coins could be considered not to be inflationary. Um, so that's about it for this slide. Here it's more like trading evaluation. From what we see here, the list is a bit different. I was a bit struggling with that list to put it completely here because I wanted to actually select some trades that could be potentially looked at for entry. Um, I've been looking at myself today pretty closely at the market and at those trades again, which were prepared by us last night based on the analysis, which based on the basically data which was available at that point. I decided not to enter any positions because I don't like what we see going into the weekend. The market seems to be quite fragile, and the trend was not supported, which was showing in the beginning of the day. But just like a couple things, I'll definitely not look at Avi, even though it had I added it to the list because it was some price action on it, I believe, today. Um, so yeah, that was like a significant move, which we're kind of expecting. It basically respecting the trend line here, retested the trend line, then rebounds from it, which is definitely a good sign. On Lux Algo indicator, we still don't have an entry signal. Um, and on the main, okay, so that was the main. So that's basically the trend line that I wanted to show. So the trend line was retested, and that's why I wanted to add it in because it seemed like to be a good, potentially a good entry point to consider. But I still decided to wait a bit with an entry for now. Okay, let me see. I don't think everything is uploaded correctly. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so AVAX no go for now. Um, the one that I was looking very closely at yesterday was Nexo, not one of the top plays, with less attention being to it, but a great product. I've been using that exchange myself for quite a bit. Have no concerns with it. It's cap rate at 1.5, so it's one of the smaller plays, or of the smallest plays of the watch list that we provided. But it actually scored very nice 71, and the only one scored 71 from the ones that I'm looking at. So that shows that there is some internal strength in it. Very nice fundamental grades, both signals on uh, both signals on tokenomics and Lux Algor are buy signals. So if we look here, we open Nexa, um, very strong pattern, definitely up channel. Uh, Still a bunch of potential to previous all-time high. I don't take the week for all-time high, so I'll just take the 2.2 levels. So there is still some potential left. And if, as you could see on the weekly graph, there is strong consolidation been happening. And there is every reason to expect the breakout to 2.2 zone at least. So the next target would be at 2.2. Um, and basically, I see, even though I didn't take any trades myself, I do see confirmed entry. Remember, whatever you do is up to you. You have to make your own decision, do your own research and due diligence. We're just showing you what we're looking at, what we're doing, but your ultimate decisions is up to you to make. Um, but I believe that overall Nexo could be considered for entrance. All the indicators basically confirming an early buy signal. Ichimoku Cloud, MACD indicator, Ichimoku oscillator, Evasum oscillator, all of them are confirming a nice early entry. So Nexa, add to your watch list, do your own research, see what you think. For Algo is another good one. This is a big position that I actually hold. Um, we have not such great fundamentals. The cap rate is at 3.2, but again, the fundamentals in terms of like the fundamental, like just the product itself, the market niche itself are very strong. So that's what makes us to feel assured that other things could be basically improved as the time goes. And like the valuation things, those grades, remember they change fast as the price action adjusts. So we could see a fast improvement in those things. And I think we actually have mixed it up a bit here. So it should be like 60 here and 22 here, but doesn't change the total grade, which is at 60, which is a minimum investment grade, which we'll look at. Lux is not in, but tokenomics is in. Several indicators showing different directions. But this is one of the strongest potentials in terms um, of the run to all-time highs. So if we look at algo here, um, let's look at it at weekly. We see that the all-time high is somewhere at like $2 basically. And the next run that we expect, the next targets that we expect is around $1. So it's basically 3x from here and 12x from to all-time high. So this is one of the big ones with like very high growth potential. And as you see, as it starts growing, it might be a very fast move. So the consolidation been pretty long as well. And last time this trend line was broken, the move up was pretty aggressive and a new higher high was established. Um, so look at this one. Ichimoku is positive. Again, I have not added anything to that position because my entry points are currently below the entry price. So like my position is in some profit, and I don't want to add at this stage because I have other allocations that we discussed before that I would like to make ahead of it. But that might be an interesting one. If you're looking at algo, I believe the break of that trend line somewhere at around 40 cents could be a good entries for algo. and basically any range between 32 and 45. I would call that that long range, wide range. But since the expected move is so large, you could basically trade a higher range, because even in the worst case scenario, you will get at least like x2 or x2.5. But again, what you do is ultimately up to you. We're just telling you what we look and how we read in the graph, how we use in the indicators that we use. But algo definitely is a hot watch um, for entry. The other one is Link. It scored a bit less. It's a bit below the investment grade. Generally, from remember, like I have about 30 to 40 instruments which we constantly watch for trades. Might be a bit more, like up to 50 right now with the new ones that been added. Um, Finally, hopefully, um, AI agents would gain back some momentum, because they were pretty quiet and pretty rough downtrend lately. But today there was like a nice move in them, and there's a lot of good news coming on virtuals next week. So we'll keep you posted on that, and we'll definitely cover some of them next week as they will be gaining momentum, hopefully. For now, let's go back to which one I wanted to show. Link, link, link. Um, so Link is pretty strong, trading in an upper side of linear regression channel, which is not too many of them are doing, not too many symbols are in that mode. Um, Very strong trend confirmed, very strong uptrend confirmed by linear regression channel, um, and basically broken that trend line, and not just once, but it actually broke it here again as well, and basically like retested the linear regression line, kind of like retested that break. So I think it's pretty interesting. A bit concerned with cloud still being in negative mode, but at those elevated levels, uh, it's okay for it to be kind of a bit late. The other part, the crosses, we have a golden cross here on the internal part of indicator. MACD also just crossed, actually probably today, based on yesterday's price action. Wasem is gaining some green momentum, and oscillator, Ichimoku oscillator is turned up. So from those that we're looking at right now, since you see, like I forgot to show it on Algorand, but Algorand is still trending, even though it's also confirmed nice upper trend, similar strength at point 0.8. But it's still trading below the middle line, the middle trend line. So I would like it to kind of like retest the midline um, and cross above that, close above that trend line, perhaps come back to retest it, and then take a confirmed trade, basically. But here, I think the trade is pretty confirmed, even though the cloud is the only thing that is concerning me. But in this case, I don't think that cloud is so important. So Chainlink, I would say, is very strong, looks very strong at 25.7. And I say the range that I think it looks very good, if it's like definitely like that 21 basically to 27 range, looks pretty strong. Let's see at the longer term perspective what we got. So also we have a huge potential for run up, not as great as for algo, but we have double X here. So we could go from 26.7 to 52 easily, just to get it to all-time high. But the next levels that I'm looking in more into is 30, around 33, $40. So that's like if it starts moving, it could get there pretty fast. Um, okay, I think the last one we have left, Onda. It's very hot. Everyone is like, it's like been hyped a lot. It's, I believe, I mean, I don't even really know what's like so hot about it, but it's like everyone is looking at it. So you could expect obviously some price action going on. It's a fairly new trade. It's basically when it started about a year ago in January of 24. So it has a very strong move, and right now it's basically uh, it's in a good it's in a consolidation zone. But what I like about it is that based on the regression, it's basically the trend is a bit not as strong in terms of regression. It's at zero point 0.7. But what we could see that it's basically retesting the midline. So it kind of like bumped up, and yesterday it kind of went back, and like it's kind of like retesting the midline. So like we could expect pretty good pump to previous height at uh, to $2.1. I'll do some more research and we'll talk some more about on the next week. I just wanted to bring it up because it's one of the hot ones that just came up on our radar recently, and I wanted to share this one with you. And the rest of indicators look good because, again, most of the symbols right now they don't look too good. They still like kind of this undecision mode. So it was like kind of hard to pick anything worthwhile to trade. Most of them were clearly not qualifying, but Onda was one of those that potentially showing more signs of life than other plays. So that will be it for today. Hopefully nothing will happen over the weekend. If there will be something unexpected, we'll try to tune in and keep you posted. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions. Like, post, repost, subscribe. We need more attention. We need more people involved. We're here to help. We're here to show you what we do, and hopefully we're here to make some money together. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll